like to show you how to make a standing chainless double crochet. This stitch is a perfect replacement for a chain 3 at the beginning of any row or round, depending on whether you're working to and fro or whether you're working in the round, for example on a granny square. These chain 3s tend to make holes. You see them, you see here's a hole and here's a hole on your work. But using a chainless double crochet, like for example I've done here at the top, you actually do not get these holes that you see here. So this is a way of preventing that. I'll show you step by step how to make these and how to work in them. So to make a chainless standing double crochet, I'm just going to go to this direction. Going to open up your loop, and you don't need to do it incredibly much, just a little bit, just to kind of eyeball your double crochet height. It can be even slightly shorter. So open up that loop a little bit, and then I'm going to hold my finger on this loop that it doesn't move in any way. I'm going to roll my hook to the back and pick up my yarn and bring it to the front again. So now I've got an extra loop on my hook, and these two loops are basically the two loops as though you would have a double crochet. So what I'm going to do is yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. This is a standing chainless double crochet. I'll show you again. Just going to undo this. If your work is like this, you're going to open up your hook your loop ever so slightly, so just bring your hook up a little bit, hold onto your loop on your hook, go back to your work, pick up your yarn, and bring it to the front of your work. To yarn over and pull through the first loop, and this can be a little tricky because you don't want to pull through both loops yet, and then again yarn over and pull through two loops. Now you've made a standing double crochet, and at this point you can continue to work as normally. So your next stitch you're going to work as normal, like so. You can continue until you're to the other side, and then I'll show you how to work this stitch if you were to work on the top of this stitch as though you were to work in a chain 3, but then how to do that with a standing chainless double crochet. I'm working a last double crochet in a regular stitch. Now to the end of the row, and I want to work in this chainless standing double crochet I have here. And what you need to look for are the top two loops of that stitch. I'm just going to show you. Here at the top you will have, you see that little V there, that is what you're going for, those two loops right at the top of the stitch. So here you're going to work your last stitch in. So this is basically the top of your stitch, just as though it was a chain 3, but now you have a chainless standing double crochet. You basically treat this exactly the same way. You're going to the top of the stitch and make sure you get both loops, and this can be a little tricky sometimes. See, I've only got the one loop and you want both of them. You might have to just help it a little bit, like so. So now I've got both loops on my hook, and then you can work your double crochet as normal. And then you've worked, if you look at this line here, it's much neater and tidier than this line here. Show you once more, ever so slightly open up. I'm going to turn my work, go to the back to pick up your yarn, bring it to the front, yarn over through the first loop, yarn over through both loops, then continue to work as normal. And when you want to work into your chainless standing double crochet, you're going to look for those two top loops making up a small V, just as though it was a regular stitch, and then work your stitch as normal. And this way you can get your edges much neater than if you were to use chain 3 spaces.